Olczyk gets a hooking impression.
Scott Stevens got into the offensive play. That's Scott Stevens on top of the goal crease, and as he goes back towards the puck, you see Eddie Olczyk pulling the legs out.
So they settle in for the face-off. Horacek versus Otto.
Team Canada has made Hatcher, Weinrich, the bigger defenseman Wolanin. They have made those defensemen work a lot already, and you wonder if this game moves along and it's close, if those defensemen will start to tire.
McInnes can't trap it. You certainly get the feeling that the first goal these teams are hungering for will be very, very important.
It's way more important for the American club than it is for the Canadian club. The Canadian club has got so much confidence, Don, they know that they can score.
Horacek, right side, shooting. Richter up high, makes that save. Hatcher. Coffey can't hold it. Ronan with Otto, or Mullen it was, and they whistled it out for an offside.
Dale Hawerchuk already, you can see, has a lot more responsibility in this game with Wayne Gretzky out because of the injury. Interesting to watch Dale Hawerchuk play over the years, read a lot about him, read a lot about people saying that he was this and that. When you get to know him over a 3-week period like we have, this guy's a class act, and he carries himself very well, and on the ice he has played well. There's Wayne Gretzky sitting with Jamie McCowan in front of him, watching, looking on. Jamie McCowan is not playing, as we know. He's not on the roster, but he's been with the team all the way through, Don, since he wants to practice all the way through with the team so he can learn the tendency of the players, because he'll have to play against these players throughout the season. Smart. That's pretty smart.
It was the final cut. Graham shooting it in. Coffey traps it over on the far side off the back of the American net. Wolanin losing out to Graham. Graham with some help from Lindros holding up Johnson. Now gets some clearance over on the far side for a moment. Extra play in behind. Coffey and McInnes waiting back at the point. And the Americans there with a bad pass that hopped over Corkle, bringing out to center ice. Christian had it for a moment. Now here comes Team Canada, almost 12 minutes in. Pass to Corkle. Corkle as it gets all tangled up in the legs of the U.S. defender, and they clear. Chelios down the ice with it. Al McInnes. Rink-wide pass finally winds up on Messier's step for Robitaille, and it's offside. 7:55 to go in the first period. The Labatt's Blue Player of the Game for Team Canada receives the Canon Futura. Hold the future of photography in your hands. The sophisticated new approach in camera design combines a full range of auto operation features that ensure everyone will enjoy using the Futura.
Canada still has 27 seconds left on their power play. Earlier, Lindros was the man parked in front of Mike Richter and Wolanin. We talked about that matchup. Look at Wolanin try and move the big Lindros out. They're both about the same size. And if Lindros ever signs in Quebec, they'd be teammates.
Much to Wolanin's relief, I suspect. Down the ice for Ranford. Just 20 seconds left in the Olczyk penalty. Rather ineffective power play so far for the Canadians in this hockey game. Here's Shanahan set away. He's got Fleury with him inside the line. Ready to dump it off to Messier. Murphy down the corner. 5 seconds to go on the power play. Messier looking for someone to break to the net. Look to make the play. Here's the shot from Murphy. Rebound, and Smith shoots it up. The block for the goaltender into the crowd as the penalty expired.
I think that's the first rebound shot of the game on Mike Richter. Richter and Ranford both wearing bigger, wider pads this season. They said if Patrick Waugh can, we can too. Here's the original shot through the screen, and look at Richter's reaction. Great save as Steve Smith moved in. Stevens moved in earlier to draw the penalty. That time Smith moved in to get the shot. Pads have gotten wider over the last couple of years. So both Ranford and Richter have decided that, hey, listen, now's the time. Get the pads to swell a little bit. But they both said, without a doubt, that they're still legal as far as width goes.
Unofficial shots on goal. Canada 7, the United States 5 at this stage. 7:23 remaining in the period.
You'll notice, Don, the American shots on goal are all off of rushes. They don't get shots on goal off of forechecking. They're not that type of team. They have to generate their shots on rushes up the ice with quickness.
Here's the chance. Wide angle shot from the stick of Tocchet is blocked by Mike Richter's big pads. Weinrich to Granato. Catcher now to center ice. Romanek with him and Modano. A dangerous trio as it bounces high. And the linesman is going to restrain Stevens from going after somebody.
He should be upset. Weinrich held up Stevens way back behind the play and rode him right into the glass. Stevens can get hot, and he may have a right here, but he's got to watch himself. He got very, very upset as Weinrich held him way back behind as Stevens was trying to get back into the play. Stevens holds his cool. You'll see on the far side of the ice, Weinrich and Stevens, and watch Weinrich hold Stevens up. He'll ride him into the glass. That's absolute interference as you see the rush developing up the ice. Scott Stevens was behind the play, trying to get back, and Weinrich did everything illegal to hold him up.
We mentioned how Paul Stewart is liable to call a lot. He's also liable not to call a lot.
Scott Stevens, by the way, has not talked to his agent in 4 days, he said, and plans to go to St. Louis when this tournament is over and think about New Jersey.
Janney wins the faceoff, and there's a block by Ranford of a wide-angle drive by Weinrich. Play continuing in behind the Team Canada zone. Steve Smith swooping down on the puck, now kicking it ahead to the center ice area and sending it on to the United States end of the Cox Coliseum. Fleury on the boards, tries to contain it, bowled over by Weinrich. Centering pass, Hatcher intercepts for the American.
As American defense is playing the toughest I've seen them play in the tournament. Everybody's hitting amongst their defensemen. They have to stay alive.
Miller against Desjardins. Fleury on the boards. Remember, two of the Americans playing without the great Brian Leach of the New York Rangers. Messier going in, shooting, he scores! Canada scores first! So the interim leader takes over in a hurry for Wayne Gretzky.
Mark Messier moves in. He backed the defense in, Don, so he took the wrist shot to the stick side. That shot may have been deflected off of the defenseman's stick, but Mark Messier, the unquestionable leader of this team right now, gives Team Canada the 1-0 lead. Now the American club were very upset with this play here. The stick by Desjardins gets Miller in the face. This was just prior to the Canadian club skating up the ice and Messier scoring. So the Americans are still appealing now to Paul Stewart on what they felt should have been a penalty and was not. However, Messier providing leadership with that great speed to the neutral zone, back to the fence in, and beat Mike Richter. Take a look at the non-call, a reverse angle look at it, and you be the judge. Watch the stick of Desjardins as it goes up there.
Ooh.
And catches Kevin Miller. Moments after that, Messier scores, and Canada leads 1-0.
Stewart did not see it, obviously. Fleury, the assist on the Messier goal. And the United States fails in its mission to score first tonight. Here's a shot that gets right across the crease. The Canadians now will press for a wider lead. Bouncing puck is loose in the zone. Larmer shooting, he scores! 2-0.
These are one-on-one battles that Canada has won a lot of in this tournament. They're a much bigger team. Larmer with a great second effort. Mike Richter loses his angle, does not expect a shot. Larmer just turned and shot. It's 2-0 Canada. And you know, Don, Team USA was playing pretty well. They took 2 minor penalties. Canada didn't score, but they've gained control. They've started to pressure the Americans. And now they lead 2-0.
They try to change there, but they're not allowed the last change, and so LaFontaine will stay on the ice. He was going to head for the bench. They are obviously rattled by the events of the last few seconds here. 2 rapid-fire Canadian goals. The Americans must dig all the deeper now. Larmer looks for a loose puck against Chelios and pokes it inside the zone as they make some changes on the move. 5.5 minutes to go. First period. LaFontaine brings it inside the line. Olczyk cruising in front. Here's a penalty indication, a delayed call now as Suter keeps it going. It'll be against Team Canada. A weak shot by Hatcher. Still alive in there for Hull. Canada picks it up, and now they will take the penalty. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
2 minutes for holding and 41 minutes, 40 seconds.
Steve Larmer has 5 goals in this tournament. His 5th one here gives Canada a 2-0 lead. Watch the goaltender's angle and Larmer's ability to keep his balance. Mike Richter lost the angle, not expecting the shot from Larmer. In front, Brent Sutter hauls down one of the American players, and Team USA gets their first power play of this game.
It is called holding at 14:40. Through the legs of Suter down the ice. He tries to hold up Fleury going through his teammate with the Calgary Flames. Now they boost Suter, who brings it forward to center ice. Over skates it there for a moment and has to make a weak shot that goes nowhere. And it's golfed back by Smith. Chris Chelios called upon to be even stronger on defense now for the Americans, with Brian Leetch not playing tonight with a hip injury. Suter slides down the near boards, but again doesn't go far.
John, you wonder if all the attention towards Suter, and Suter just slashed Fleury. Fleury took a dive to try and draw a penalty. Stewart said no, but you wonder if what's been written and all the booing here, if it's affected Suter. He's not handling the puck at all well.
Corson gets tangled up for checking with Suter. Now it's brought back by Chelios. Round the corner it comes, near side. Corporal off the boards and back out of the zone. A minute remaining in the center penalty for holding. But Hull's got a chance now. Roenick flailing on the boards. Hull made a bad pass back to Roenick, who had no room to operate. It's cleared by Canada.
I thought Brett Hull might shoot it there as Canada were caught making a change on the blue line.
Here's Janney. Weinrich relays it across on the right side. Hull chasing it down to the Canadian corner. McInnes goes in back to help out. Now Janney digs it free to Roenick. He turns. Little pass on the sideboards for Hull. Hull the playmaker, not the goal scorer so much in this tournament. Gets a chance now and shoots it wide. Great chance for Brett Hull right there. He just missed. Now Graham will feed it ahead for Courtnall. McInnes on his left. 3-on-1. In they come. Courtnall makes the pass to Graham a little behind him. Courtnall carries on in the zone. Just seconds left in Sutter's penalty. Canada pressing in the U.S. zone with 5 seconds to go in the seconds. Janney tied up by Graham at center ice. Now the gate swings open. Sutter's back on the ice. Team Canada's at full strength.
And Canada continues with just powerful penalty killing as the Americans had difficulty getting themselves any opportunities at all.
Ranford gloving a weak shot by LaFontaine to settle things down a bit here with a little over 3 minutes to go in the opening period. And Canada exploding for a 2-0 lead.
Canada's been shorthanded now 39 times in the tournament. They've allowed 2 power play goals against. And they too played it in a very aggressive fashion. And Bill Ranford wasn't tested hardly at all. Brett Hull was the only player with the chance. Hull skated here through the slot, found a loose puck, and you see the shot go just wide on the low side to Bill Ranford's right.
He had the pad extended, however, and had the area covered. Ranford, brilliant throughout the Canada Cup. Lindros and Otto will contest this face-off with 3:07 to go in the first period. Lindros wins that. Stevens works against Mullet. Now Murphy comes in to help out. He'll sweep it across to the near boards and back to the neutral zone. Wood plays it back to the Canadian end. This is Brendan Shanahan. Couldn't get into Tocchet. Wood there to intercept. Now it's back inside the U.S. blue line. Lannon off the boards to center for Janney. Shot back inside the line, and they stop the play right there. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first period. 2-0 Canada. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV. On Chevrier with John Davidson. Copps Coliseum, what could be the final game of the 1991 Labatt Canada Cup. Canada has a 2-0 first period lead. 2 minutes and 33 seconds remain. Otto against Horachek. He's been a tower of strength on these face-offs. Rolls it inside the line. Weinrich feeding it ahead from Mullen. Batted down at center ice. Now Otto will carry on with a pass inside the line from Mullen. Threading it through. And they almost got it to Doug Brown alone in front of Renfrew, but it's cleared. Hatcher. Or Brown, can't find him. Team Canada bringing it back. Eric Desjardins to Larmer. Tapped it ahead at center ice. Left it there. Weinrich now shoots it to the Canadian blue line. Center ice and down to the American zone. A bouncing puck past Richter. Canada changing as the puck is back in the neutral zone. Less than 2 minutes to go now. The tempo has slowed somewhat after that second Team Canada goal.
The tempo was so quick, Don, you wonder if they could ever keep that up throughout a full period. Joel Otto looks like he's tiring just a little bit. He's such a good player and a great leader, as all Calgary Flame fans know. But the last shift he had was a very short one. It's been a long tournament for him.
Here's a chance for Roenick inside the blue line. Modano trailing. He shoots short side. Save by Ranford. Coffey digs it back to the near side. 1:15 to go in the opening period. The American center across the ice. Fleury is there first. Held in at the blue line by Chelios. Now Fleury. They can't bring it out. It finally comes clear on the right side for Fleury. Messier with him. Drops to Messier inside the line. A rink-wide pass for Coffey. Looks in there. Here's the blast by Shanahan. Blocked high. Bouncing inside the zone. Less than a minute to go in the opening period. Shanahan eludes an elbow going down there. Roughs up Chelios in the corner with Roenick and Fleury joining the party. And finally they stop it with 39 seconds in the period. Messier will be featured in the first intermission, a CTV Sports break, and the comments and analysis of Bill Clement of the first 20 minutes of the second game of the Labatt Canada Cup here in Hamilton.
These people in Hamilton having a great time. Don, when they sang the Canadian national anthem here, I don't think I've ever heard a Canadian arena make more noise during an anthem than what we've heard prior to this game. The Americans and Canadians started so strong, but the Canadian club has carried the play somewhat in the second half of this first period.
There was a mixture of boos for the United States anthem, not against the country, but directed because Gary Suter happens to wear United States colors, having put Gretzky out of commission on Saturday. Would never get elected mayor of Hamilton tonight. Across the blue line, Shanahan dumps it to the corner. Less than 30 seconds remaining as the hitting resumes here. Here's a chance now. Oh, they almost got it across to Sutter. Just inches away from a great scoring chance. Tocchet brings it in. Shanahan blocked by Richter. Tocchet trying to find the rebound in behind. 10 seconds remaining. And the U.S. will just dribble it across the blue line. And that is going to do it for the first period in Hamilton. The United States failing to score first. Canada did and doubled that count for a 2-0 lead after one.
Mark Messier provided leadership. The last shift of the period, Tocchet and Shanahan and Sutter provided some more leadership. They didn't score, but they banged and crashed. And the Canadian team has had a wearing effect on every team they played throughout this tournament as games have moved along. The Americans worked, but the Canadians just seem to have more depth.
An interesting first period of hockey. 2-0 at Canada after one. What could be the final game of the Canada Cup. This is the Labatt Canada Cup here at CTV.